win Saturday night. Golden State trailed by 18 in the second quarter before Draymond took over, finishing with 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists for his third triple-double of the playoffs. Steph Curry added 36 points, but Portland's rendition of the Splash Brothers continued to struggle. Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum combined for only 42 points, and the Warriors outscored the Blazers 57-33 in the second half. So, Shannon, has this series been more about Golden State or Portland?
It's about Golden State and how impressive they've been without Kevin Durant.
Sure.
We know what Kevin Durant represents. He's a superstar. He's as good as we have in the NBA. He's, whether you one or two, he's one of the two best players in all of basketball. If you want to put him one, I'm not going to sit up here and fight you about it today because my guy's on his couch. And a lot of people thought they were vulnerable, especially against the Rockets, once Kevin Durant's injury happened midway through the third quarter, Skip. So they had to finish out the remaining of the game, and then they have to play game. They had to play Game 6 without Kevin Durant, and it looks like they're going to have to play without the foreseeable future, without him. But they underestimated, and they've been doing this since Kevin Durant arrived, just how great Steph Curry is. All he's doing is reminding people, I'm the last guy to win consecutive MVPs.
Yep.
I'm the last guy to do it. Klay Thompson is like, y'all really know I could be a number one on a lot of teams. Draymond Green is letting people know, I'm as versatile, I'm as valuable as any player in the league. I can do it all. Can I score with the best of them? No. Can I rebound with the best of them? No. Can I assist with the best of them? No. But can I do a combination of all three and play defense on top of that?
Yep.
Absolutely. I'm one of the 2 or 3 best when it comes to doing all those things. And so now you've removed Kevin Durant from that equation, and these guys, Skip, I'm telling you, you've been around this game, you've covered it. Athletes have something that's indomitable, and that's called pride.
Yep.
And when you tell them they can't do something or they're less than because someone has been removed from the equation, they will move heaven and earth to prove you wrong. They're going to prove you wrong. They're going to prove people wrong to think they're only Kevin Durant. Skip, they're going out there. I've never seen anything like this. The way they move, the way they cut, the way they set screens, because and another thing, Skip, when you guys got it can go get you 35, 40, if you don't get the rebound, so what? Kevin Durant will bail us out. If we don't get the loose ball, so what? Kevin Durant will bail us out. Well, now you don't have that. When that ball's on the floor, look how many guys hit the floor to get it. When that ball's up in the air and it's bouncing around, look how many guys come in and try to get that rebound. They're a different team. They're not. Are they better? Kevin Durant makes Golden State unbeatable. But if you think that this is a less than team, even without Kevin Durant, the Golden State Warriors would have been the favorite to win the NBA championship. Without Kevin Durant, whether they face Milwaukee, which I believe they will, or they face Toronto, they will be heavily favored, even without Kevin Durant. And they're showing what they're made of. Remember, Skip, now that KD's out, that starting 5, that's the 5 that won their very first championship because they inserted Bogut. So now I think they started Loney, they started someone else instead of Bogut. But for the 5, with Klay, Steph, and Draymond, and Iggy, that's the heartbeat. That's the pulse. So I'm not surprised that they're playing well because I knew Steph would become more aggressive and want to show what he's made of. Skip, this has been very impressive.
So I'm going to give you all of what you just said. These are 2 players on the Golden State Warriors who are trying to remind everyone in the basketball world, we won before he came. We didn't just win, we were all-time great. We went 73-9 without him. And what did Draymond, reportedly by our man Chris Haynes of Yahoo, say? What did Draymond say to Kevin on the bench when they got into it against the Clippers back in December?
We won before you arrived.
That is correct. And he also added...
B.
Yeah, he called him B word, and then he just said, leave.
Yeah.
So now we have two Golden State Warriors trying to remind everyone, don't write us off next year after he does leave, because it's almost a foregone conclusion that he will leave.
And it's looking like, you know what it's looking like to me, Skip? They packing them bags for him. They done called the Uber. Say,
it does feel
Doesn't
like
it feel like that?
Yes, it does.
They done called the Uber and everything. Give him a black card. Whatever, executive. That's
nice
a little
card.
extra.
Yep. So I am with you on that, because they say all the right things in the post game. Oh, we miss Kevin.
We need him. We know if we want to win. If we want a three-peat.
But the body language of Draymond and Steph say something completely different. And to my eye, I have never seen either of those players move more efficiently, effectively, and electrically than they did on Saturday night. They were moving. They were quicker than the eye, both of them. Draymond and Steph had bounce in their step that I've never seen before. Draymond was playing possessed on Saturday night. I've never seen anything like it.
You and I had this conversation the other day. Are they going to stop Draymond from getting the ball off the rim and driving up the... Is anybody going to stop him? I just want to know that.
Right-handed layups. Length of the floor. Wow, okay. Now, given all that, I got to remind everyone that the Portland Trailblazers were up 17 in Game 2 at Golden State.
Yep.
They were up 18 in the second quarter of Game 3 the other night in Portland. So if we look back at Game 2, it was tied going to the fourth quarter, and on Saturday night, Golden State led by only 3 going to the fourth quarter. That means it was time for your 2 all-star guards, your 2 star guards. It was time for Damian Lillard and CJ to just take it over.
Yeah.
Take us home in Game 2, literally back to Portland, and win for us at home in Game 3. And both of them shrank and came up smaller than they actually are. And I have to put the brunt of the blame on Damian Lillard. Look, he is a really nice guy. He outpoised Russell Westbrook in round number 1. He outplayed him. He sent him home by waving bye-bye to him. He hit the shot of shots, Game 5, to close the deal.
Yes.
It was the final big nail in that coffin. And he showed you everything that Russ is not in the way of poise, in character, and the ability to stay within yourself, which Russ cannot. He plays out of control, outside himself too much. But I'm here to say that once again, right on schedule, it has been proven to me that Russell Westbrook is still more valuable overall than Damian Lillard. I'll still take him because that rage that he plays with, it scares people. I don't think Damian scares anybody. When his push comes to shove in the playoffs, he turns back into nothing more than a regular season wonder. I'm sorry, these 2 fourth quarters, again, I'm going on there combined.
Fourth quarters, hell, these 3 games
well,
he
you
played.
can do it, but just these 2 fourth quarters when you could have taken it over. If I look at Dame and CJ, they went 2 for 12 from the field in Game 2's fourth quarter, and then the other night they went 4 of 13. It just won't work. They miss shot after open shot, and again, Damian is better than CJ, so the brunt of the blame has to go on Damian. And again, he's a nice guy, and I guess he's got some kind of rib cartilage thing going on. I don't know. I'm sure it's somewhat
And
painful.
he said he didn't want to take a pain shot because it messed with his stomach.
Okay. Yeah.
But guess
Stomach.
what? Your stomach
Messed with my stomach then.
your stomach won't be upset when you're on vacation.
Yeah.
Because you're about to go home.
Yeah, that is true.
I've had rib cartilage, Skip, and I had to take injection, and it's painful. And you try to get it as close to the game as you possibly can because you know the medicine is going to wear off. You want it to wear off somewhere midway through the fourth quarter as opposed halftime or the third or midway through the third quarter.
Okay.
But this is unacceptable. Dame Lillard has almost as many turnovers as field goals made.
He does.
You can't win.
14 to 15.
Okay, they came back, you mentioned, 17 at Oracle, 18.
Yep.
That comeback that the Warriors had in Game 2 did more damage, more harm to the Trailblazers' psyche than we previously thought.
Yep.
Because what it did to them is that it put doubt in their mind. There's no lead that we can get is safe. What it did for Golden State is like no matter how far we're behind, we can track these guys down because they will turn the ball. Skip, Dame Lillard just played the turnovers. You can't be up. I mean, he sat out until about 5:47, 5:37.
Yep.
And the moment he comes back into the game, he turns the ball over, Steph comes down and bangs a 3.
Yep.
It's the turnovers that's hurting them. You got great production. When you get this kind of production from who they got it from? Myers Leonard gives you 16.
That's all-time career aberration, never happen again.
Evan Turner gives you 12.
Yeah.
I mean, you got great production, but you can't lose that, Skip.
No.
And I'm looking at this. I still can't figure out. Golden State is one of the worst rebounding teams in basketball, and they're crushing the Blazers. They're crushing them
because they want it more, and they also think the Blazers are afraid of them, and they have them on the run, so they're just pouring it on.
And this is unacceptable, Skip.
Yep.
And Dame is almost 5 turnovers a game, shooting 32%. Skip, that won't get it done. In order for them to have a chance, CJ and Dame were going to have to play like they played in OKC and like they played in 3 or 4 games against the Nuggets.
Yep.
They couldn't have off nights because it doesn't look like Steph is going to have an off night. That he look like he's going to get 35 a night. And then Draymond is going to do Draymond things, and he's going to hover around the triple-double.
Yep.
And you're going to get Klay, who's not shooting the ball extremely well, but he's making timely shots. Iggy's going to be Iggy. But they're getting a 5 here from Looney, and Alfonso McKinney gave him 5, and Livingston gave him 5, Bale 6, and Cook 6. So they're getting all this other production. But unless CJ and unless Dame can give them 50, 60 between the two, they're going home tonight.
Yep.
This is it. The lights will get turned out. I don't know. It used to be the Rose Garden. I don't think they call it that now. I think it's the Motor Center. The lights will go out in the Motor Center.
It will.
And it won't be on again until the fall.
I know. So what do I always tell you about why I love the NBA playoffs? I know some people get tired of 7-game series, but over time, you either get revealed or exposed. What is your basketball character? What are you really made of? That's what I love to watch, because before your very eyes, Dame has gotten exposed. He's just not that guy. And what did Sugar Ray Leonard tell us sitting right here the other day? I think it was Thursday. True. In the end, at the highest level of competition, the mind is more important than the body. Everybody's talented.
Everybody.
But in the end, he is not as mentally tough as the guards on the other team. He's just, and maybe I'm holding the bar set that high, but that's who he's playing against, and he is shrinking by the night.
Well, you underestimate the mental toughness of a guy that had a dad that played in the NBA. Well, both of them dad played. So you feel
both of them did.
Because you feel.
You know what? That is true.
Clay's dad was the #1 overall pick, Michael. So you get the impression they were born with silver spoons in their mouth. They're not mentally tough. You look at Dame from the Bay. He's from Oaktown. He represents all Oaktown. So you look at Steph and Clay, you're like, man, them jokers.
They both grew up with money. They had money.
Yeah. And they out there with pocket knives, just cutting people up. They're like, I'm going to rip your heart out.
Yeah.
That's how they think.
And I keep remembering what Kevin Durant told CJ on his podcast, remember?
Yes.
Going back before, I guess it was last summer.
Seems okay now.
You know,
when you think about
it seems exactly okay, because CJ's complaining, well, wait a second, we were the 3 seed. They got swept last year. And he said, yeah, and you played like the 8 seed. And that's what they're playing like right now.
Yeah.
The whole sweeping thing for them doesn't go well.
You can't allow yourself to get swept.
No.
When I don't care. Look, Steph is unbelievable, but Kevin Durant's a better player than Steph.
Yeah, and they're
You can't allow this to happen, Skip.
True.
When you have 2 leads, one of 17, one of 18, I can see if they never led in any points of the game. But you had a 17 and an 18-point lead, Skip, and one of those at home, you got to get that across the finish line.
Something is going on there if you're letting them get back into the game in that sense. Okay, we're going to switch gears to talk a little bit about the Cowboys.
Oh, yes.
Because why not? Next
Shall
up,
we?
37-year